Hello everyone, this is Professor Hasselman, History 105 Online, and today we're going to be talking about Cold War conflicts and some social transformations that occurred between 1945 and 1985, and then even look into a little bit what went on up until 2001. Now, by 1945, a Second World War and European global domination were over. This created a power vacuum, and the United States and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, or the USSR, moved from reluctant wartime allies to deadly adversaries. In this East versus West contest, Communist USSR and Soviet controlled Eastern Europe were pitted against the democratic United States and Western Europe. Although these two factions never clashed on the battlefield, the conflict was evident in military coalitions, a nuclear arms race, espionage, proxy wars, propaganda, and technological competition, such as the space race. Now, for these reasons, the 40-year period following World War II is known as the Cold War. Now, the Cold War continued to dominate global politics for decades and was a direct cause of the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the Soviet War in Afghanistan. But in the late 1980s, the United States increased diplomatic, economic, and military pressures on the USSR, resulting in the Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev's introduction of the liberal reforms of perestroika, also in reconstruction in English, and glasnost, or openness. So again, perestroika and glasnost. However, these communist reforms weakened the bonds that held the Soviet Union together. And in 1989, revolutions staged in Hungary, East Germany, Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, and Romania successfully overthrew communism, leading to the collapse of the Soviet Union. Now, in this unit, we will study the clash between democracy and communism between 1945 and 1985. And we will examine the lasting social, economic, and political consequences of the Cold War conflict. Now, upon completion of this section, you should be able to assess the meaning of the term Cold War, identify the causes and major events that contributed to the Cold War, and discuss important related issues such as inevitability of the war and the connection between interventionism and security. And finally, assess the global, political, social, and cultural legacies of the decades-long confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union.